Alright, so how many degrees in a triangle?
180.
180, always and forever. So I'm going to have you remember that we tore our index card today, and it made this straight line to where the three angles of a triangle have to equal 180. Okay?
Why don't we have that picture on?
Because I didn't give it to you. It's fine. But I do want to show you. Hold on. Very good. Right here. What is going on right here at the top? What is it doing?
Adding.
Adding what?
The angle.
The angles of the triangle. What should it equal?
180.
Well, what happens when I move some dots around? Watching. So if I take any angle right here on this triangle and I move it around,
It changes and it still equals 180.
it still equals 180?
Yes.
Doesn't matter what kind of triangle I have.
You can have a quadrilateral angle.
What happens if I have a really small triangle?
It's still 180.
What happens when I have a ginormous triangle?
180.
Okay? So no matter what, the angles equal 180.
That's cool.
Okay? I want to give you about 3 minutes, and I want you to answer questions 1 through 6.
Oh, we just got.
Okay, so on number 1, somebody tell me what you do.
I got add those two and then subtract them by 8.
62 plus 90 gave you what?
152.
152? And now what?
Did you subtract that 180?
180 minus the 152 gives you what? 28. Great job. So this one. Notice, yes. Notice that the 1 does not have a degree symbol. Some of you look at those numbers and you think, oh, it's 1 degree or it's 2 degrees. No, it's going to have a degree symbol. Okay? Number 2, what'd you do number 2?
Both Q and R, angle Q and R are equivalent. So
Why?
30. Oh, because they share the same measure. And it
How do you know that?
has no side.
Good. This little mark right here tells me that this little mark, those two mean that they're the same. So if this one is 30, absolutely, that means this one right here is 30.
You would add those up,
Uh-huh.
you get 60, and then you subtract 60 by 180, and that's how you get 120 for angle 1.
Everybody good with that? Good. What about number 3? Ooh, that one looks ugly.
That's easy.
It's easy.
That's
What?
the easiest one.
Because
That was the easiest
the
one?
angle W is 90 degrees.
Oh, this angle right here is 90 degrees?
Yes.
Because this is a straight line, so these two right here have to equal 180.
Yep.
So if this one's 90, that means this one right here is also 90.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're doing is you're looking at this little triangle right here now, right?
Yeah.
And you said 90 plus 60?
Equals 150, and then you have to have 30.
Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so how big is angle 2? Because now I have 90 and 30.
They're perpendicular, so the other side's going to be the same, so it's going to be 60.
So it's going to be 60. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. We are finally into the fun stuff of geometry, right?
Yo.
How many of you think you know a lot about triangles?
Not me.
You know nothing.
Sight?
The rest of the year, we are going to be talking about triangles.
For real?
For real. When you think you know everything there is to know about triangles, guess what? Miss Ramsey's going to come out with another unit on triangles. Triangles in circles, triangles in hexagons, triangles and pentagons. Are you with me?
Are we going to play with them little shape things?
Rest of the year, probably.
Yes.
The rest of the year, we are going to be learning about triangles. I also want to remind you that the first week of school, I told you that whatever we learn the first 2 weeks, we are going to continue adding to, correct? So some of you are going to have a bad day here in just a minute when I start bringing some of the stuff that we've been doing into triangles. So if you've struggled with something up to this point, you need to come in and get help. Because it's fixing to hit you hard because we are adding that to this unit. Are we good? I know, it's okay. Okay, number 4, what do you do?
Ooh,
I think
that's
I want to
easy. You do the same thing.
What do you mean the same thing? What do you do?
What for which one? 'Cause
Number
we
4.
just- There's two missing angles.
66 plus 58, and you get what?
124.
124, now what?
Minus 180 minus 124. It'll give you 1.
It'll give you what?
It'll give you angle 1.
Okay, which is what?
56.
56. So that means this one right here is 56.
And the 2 is 56 too.
Why?
Because they're vertical angles.
So going back to old vocabulary, right? Now I have these vertical angles right here. They make the X. So that means angle 2 is also 56. Right? Now I have two angles in that other triangle. So I can say 56 plus 50 is 106. So 180 minus the 106 gives me what?
24. I mean, not 74.
74. Okay. What about number 5?
I got number 5.
I got 60.
Alright. So number 5, if you turn it upside down, you
Uh-huh.
can see that that has a right angle.
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So that means that's equal to 90. So you got to split that between the two things.
So can I just cut it in half? 90
No.
divided by 2?
No, you can't do it like that.
Okay.
You got to figure out.
So what you said is I have a great big triangle where I have this angle is 60, this angle is 30, and that angle is 90. I already know all those angles.
Yeah.
So now what?
So, all right, now that you found that out, 30 is S, and then W right there is 90. So you add those together, and then that is 120. And then you subtract that from 80,
So angle 2 is
60.
60. And if I know that this is 90 and that's 60, how big is this one?
30.
30. Or I know that that's 60 and this angle right here has to be 90. 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90. Put those numbers in your
Those are
head.
the ones.
30, 60, 90. No, you're going to need to know them, I promise. 30, 60, 90.
Is it like that 3, 4, 5 thing?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
Okay, when you see 30 and 90, the other one is 60. End of story. Okay, what about number 6? What's the answer?
How about that? He was 8.
8. Very good. The answer should be 8 degrees. Okay, so somebody tell me, why do we need a remote control for the TV?
So you can change the
Control
channel.
it. So you don't have to get up. So you,
Good, because you're lazy and you don't want to have to get up.
Yes.
Well, back in the olden days, way before Coach Aguirre's time, but right in the prime of me, when I had to change the channel, I literally had to go to the TV and there was actually a knob that you had to turn. Actually, there were 2
The one
knobs
that's like,
that you had to turn. And if you were really unlucky, you had an antenna on it, so you had to touch it. And if your dad was trying to watch a game on TV, you actually had to stand there and hold the antenna just to get a good reception, right? Because he wanted to see the last play of the game, and it always worked better when somebody was touching it. Always. Okay? Nowadays, you need a remote control because on TVs, they don't even have hardly any buttons, do they? Okay? So you need the remote control because you don't want to get up and walk to the other side of the room. So right here, this angle right here, where is it located according to that triangle? On the outside. What's another word for outside?
Out.
Exterior.
I was about to say out interior.
Okay, what do you know about this angle right here? It's interior. It is next to that exterior angle. Yes, it's next to. What's another word for next to?
next.
Starts with an A.
Aside.
Somebody said it. Say it again. Adjacent. Very good.
Coach Geary told me.
Oh, that was
Oh, well, I guess y'all need to listen carefully.
Well, nobody gonna
Okay, shh. What about these angles right here? Where are they located? On the interior. Are they next to the exterior?
Yeah.
Or are they on the other side of the triangle?
One of them is next to it.
Are the 2 green ones? Do they touch that angle right here?
No.
No, good. Those are your 2 remote interior angles. Why do you need a remote?
So you can flip them.
Because it's on the other side of the triangle. So these 2 right here are on the other side of the triangle from your exterior.
I'm sorry. These 2 will be the remote.
Okay, are you ready for my magic show?
Kind of.
Yes, do you like my magic?
Yeah.
Okay, you're actually going to perform the magic.
Are you want to
Ready?
somebody?
So, tell me right now how big, you're making up numbers. Do you want this angle right here to be?
45.
45.
36. That's not, that doesn't like lip right.
Oh, who cares?
that one could be 45.
We're not going off the lips, otherwise I wouldn't want to look at you.
Oh. Dang,
Okay, good. Alright, here's the 45. How big is this angle right here?
26.
Okay, let me give you another picture.
What is
If this is 45, how big is this angle right here?
Oh, I thought you was still asking for numbers.
Why?
Because
It has to what?
equal 180.
Why?
Because it's a straight line.
Good, this is a straight line. This is a straight line with two angles, right?
Yes.
Good, so 180 minus the 45 gives me what?
135.
135. That means this angle right here is 135. Okay, hold on, magic hasn't even come out yet. No magic here yet. Somebody tell me, what do you know about these three angles right here?
They gotta equal.
They got equal 180.
Good, because it's a triangle, right?
Yes.
Well, we already know that one of those is 135.
No,
So I need you to make up another number.
43.
26.
For this one is what?
26.
35. I like 29.
26.
We're going to do 25.
I was closest.
Okay? So my question is, how big is this one going to be?
I can't see. You gotta add those and subtract.
135 plus 25 gives me
So,
what?
170.
So it
Yeah,
was 10.
Right?
20. Boy, you can.
So this angle right here is 20. Now here's the magic. Are you watching? I'm going to get rid of this angle right here altogether.
Why?
Because we don't need it no more.
What is 25 plus 20?
Whoa.
I already had it written on the board.
Wow.
Alright.
Ready? Will it work again?
No.
No.
No, I believe.
Are you
they
doubting me?
did that.
Okay, somebody give me
150.
150. So if this is 150, how big would this
30.
angle right here be?
30.
30,
Ooh, 30, 60, 90.
30, 60, 90, right?
Good job, Tubbo.
Okay, watching? I'm going to get rid of this one, and when I add these two together,
That's equal 150.
always, your exterior angle will always equal the two remote interior angles. Are you with me? Always. It has to. Because right here, this is a straight line, and these two have to equal 180, right? And then these three right here have to equal 180. So if I take out one of the numbers that deal with both of them, then what's left has to equal 180. Does that make sense to you?
I like this one.
So
I thought.
I want you to look at 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I'd get
Okay, so on this one, we're trying to find number 1. Where is it located?
On the outside.
On the outside, so it's called in
exterior.
exterior. What do you know about these two angles?
They're going to equal that exterior angle, so all you have to do is add.
Where are they?
On the interior.
On the interior. Are they adjacent or are they remote?
Remote.
They're remote. This one right here would be my
I got
adjacent.
115.
So 65 plus 50
Equals 115.
is 115. That's how big this one right here is. But Miss Ramsey, that's not how I did it. Miss Ramsey, what I did is I added those together and got 115.
And then.
But I know this is a triangle, so I said 180 minus the 115, right?
And on the other side is 60.
So that gave me 65 right here. Well, then I came back and said, oh, this is a straight line, so 180 minus the 65 gave me 115. Why do you want to do all that double work? You don't. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So there are more than one way to solve it, but you will need to know the two remote is equal to the exterior. So right here, if I'm finding angle 1, right, it's the exterior. 35 plus 25. Would be 60, right? So how big is angle 2? 120.
120.
Because 180 minus 60 is 120. Now, number 3. Rocked your boat, didn't it?
Yo, I'll stop that.
Are you watching? This is where the old stuff comes back
You have
in.
to do it twice.
If these two lines are parallel, that means that this line right here is my
Transversal.
good. And so what do you know about this angle and this
They got
angle?
those two angle arrows things. They.
The lines are parallel,
Yeah.
but what kind of angles are they? Alternate interior?
Yep.
And what do you know about alternate interior? They are congruent.
That's what I said.
So if that one is 60, then this one is 60. Okay, watching? Quickly. These two are parallel. That means this is my transversal. These two are alternate interior. If that one's 60, this one is 60. Now watching really quick, then right here I have this triangle.